with this view I would like to check in from a Virgin flight again. The Virgin is well known to us as we have flew with it from Cairns, from Canberra to Brisbane and to Cairns. In this year, earlier this year in Easter, I started the whole vlogging, and now for my 21st birthday, which will be tomorrow, 13th of December, we are going to a new place for us as well, and also a new place where I can vlog again. So morning everyone. It is, I think, currently around 5 a.m. or no, 7 a.m. mostly. Yeah, we had a really bit rough night, leaving 1 a.m. Canberra to the our first Flixbus bus route, which was perfectly fine and much cheaper than Murray's. So I actually recommend using Flixbus instead of Murray's or the Greyhound here in Australia. So I will not tell anyone about. I will not tell the city, only when we are landing, and I will show the first glance from the window. I really hope that it will be not cloudy, as now, as you can see, all cloudy, sadly. It was currently raining in Sydney. Yeah, we are now actually above the clouds, and then I will be posting, I will be videoing if I can see something important, and also the first glance of the new city that we are actually going to. So 5 hours flight ahead of us from Sydney, and we will be still in Australia. Yeah, so I will be really curious what we can see, but I think most of them we have actually seen. Like when we went to Uluru, for example, we have seen the salt lakes of Victoria, and I think we will see it again on this flight if the clouds will be actually away. But for now, I will try to relax a bit and nap. I'm a bit tired today, and then also it is really interesting that we have time zone differences. So we started our journey around 6:45 a.m. It might be a bit late because Sydney airport is very busy, and then we will be arriving at the location at 8 a.m., which is actually just 2 hours in difference, while in real life 5 hours will be so 5 hours the whole flight duration. Backwards, it is actually interesting to see that it is actually 4 hours backwards instead of 5. So for some reason backwards we can actually go. So we are actually losing 1 hour time from flight. I don't know how, but I have one possible solution for this one, because from Sydney to go west you have to take a round, meaning the plane has to turn around from the ocean to the west, but I don't think that is actually 1 hour. So so I don't know. Sometimes it is these unexplainable things in life. For example, this one, that why backwards 1 hour is less, but the flight. But anyways, So 5 hours ahead of us. Yeah, and as you can see, still cloudy over Australia, which is a bit sad because, like, I know if we are actually over the mainland or we are actually on the ocean, because I cannot see a thing. But I think we might be over the ocean because, I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, we will see if the sky will be clear to see, and you can see the airplane's reflection on the engine. Hello guys, quick update. I just wanted to show you guys something. If you're coming with Virgin Australia and you have you can connect to the Virgin Australia's Wi-Fi, but it says no connection, so connected, no internet. In your browser, write virginaustralia.com.au/connect instead of the entertainment panel, like in Turkish Airlines, Emirates, Qantas, and Malaysia Airlines and major airlines. You have then the entertainment panel here. Here in Virgin, on your phone map, as you can see, we actually lost 1 hour to our destination as well. It is only 4 hours left. Entertainment, like you have the movies, TV shows. So yeah, so you can have the entertainment on your phone, tablet, especially during this weather if like it is too boring for me. But I think I mentioned it earlier that if it is really cloudy over, like if I'm traveling with plane and I can see all I can see is just clouds, just too boring. But there was actually one time when I was glad that I saw the sky, the clouds. It was when we are actually going back to Hungary in August, end of August, over Indonesia. After we took off from Kuala Lumpur with our Turkish Airlines flight, I saw, like, it was 6 a.m. around that. The sun was getting up and it was like a thunderstorm. It was really beautiful to actually see the thunderstorm from here above. But yeah, but this time it is not the case. It is just normal clouds, but at least not raining. Yeah, it is always just how would I say, like, still like exciting for me that you are taking off with the plane, going through the clouds, and then you can see the sun. It was really bright for me at the beginning, but then now it is all okay. So yeah, so I will be using the Virgin Australia's entertainment panel. If they have one, then why not use it? So we have just started our descent at the specific city. As you can see, it is greenery and a little bit of the desert. And then, yeah, so far, a really good journey, even though it was raining in Sydney, but yeah, we just went through the clouds without any problems. Yeah. And then we are getting closer to the ground. Part of the Australia I've seen on maps that it is actually a desert area, But if you're coming closer to the city, it gets actually the greenery. That's why you can see a lot of trees. But if you're leaving the city and then coming to the east, then you will only see like desert with fields. And then we can see the outskirts of the city. Yeah, it is really big city, as I can see. Yeah, it is really far away and a bit big, so apparently it is also on the coast, so but at the moment I cannot see the sea. So see, it is more greener here than before, so and this is the outskirts of the city. It is also a capital city, and it is well known that it is most secluded, meaning it is not near to any bigger cities like Canberra. It is really close to Sydney and Melbourne, as well as Brisbane is close to Gold Coast. Sydney, Melbourne is close to Canberra, Sydney, and Adelaide. Darwin is actually pretty close, like it is not too close to Brisbane, but this one, it is, I think Darwin is most closest one, but around 5,000 kilometers. Yeah, and then Adelaide, South Australia's capital city, is the second closest one to this capital city. Yeah, so it is really far away, like 5 hours by plane. Yeah, and then we are here in Western Australia's capital city, Perth. Yeah, we were here for a week. Yeah, there were like fishing, lake. So yeah, they'll be really curious to explore the city with you guys, and also visit the Rottnest Island and visit the most happiest animals in the world, the Caucasus. You can see a lot of Qantas flights, Qantas Freight, Australian Post. There was another Virgin Australia waiting when we were landing on the runway, so we are here in Western Australia for the first time, in Perth for the first time. And then I will be curious to visit the city and explore. So yes, as you can see, it is a bit similar to Canberra's. Like, as you can see, like there are a lot of trees. Yeah, but before that it was actually just deserted and fields, like these sandy fields. Not these greens, and palm trees.
Welcome to Perth. The local time is 8:26 in the morning, and we will be getting into the gate shortly. For everyone's safety, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened, and please do keep the aisles and exits clear until the fasten seatbelt sign is switched off. Remember to take care when you open the lockers and make sure you have everything before you leave. We will be leaving through the forward and the rear doors. If you're leaving through the rear doors, you have stairs to go down, so please mind your step as you exit. Hold on to the handrails and remain on the outside of the markers on the tarmac. If you are not comfortable using stairs, just let us know. We will be refueling, smoking, vaping, and using e-cigarette is not permitted anywhere on the tarmac or inside the terminal. You can now take your devices off flight mode, but note that you cannot use them on the tarmac. We'd like to thank you for choosing to fly Virgin Australia this morning. Hope you enjoyed your flight and looking forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, so 2 hours behind, so it is actually 11:30 or 10. I think it is. Yeah, so 11:30. While here it is only 8:25 or 8:30 a.m. So 3 hours in total. So we have came back 3 hours, which is a bit, which will be a bit strange for us. Yeah, and then now we have to get to a rent car. And still we don't know which terminal, because Perth has 4 terminals, and we are getting our car from Terminal 1 international place. So yeah, so we really hope that we will be really close. Other than that, yeah, I will keep you updated. Yeah, there are like smaller planes and Jetstar as well. Yeah, so Virgin Australia is really good budget airline. So Jetstar is more like lower cost, but Virgin is yeah, like Qantas is really high, so it is really expensive. Jetstar is the lowest fare here in Australia, and even then Virgin is the second lowest one. So yeah, so welcome to Perth, the most secluded capital city in the world.
Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check, thank you.
So we have disembarked the plane. Now we are so really checking from Perth airport at the moment. We are at Terminal 1, which is really good for us. And as you can see, it is actually a pretty cool little airport, at least this part. And even a Christmas tree, which is actually really good. So what's the plan for today? I mean, we are a bit tired because, yeah, we are traveling during night, or I mean morning, I would say. So, yeah, so we couldn't really sleep well. So for today, we are going to get our rented car and then get to Scarborough Beach, where our hotel is located. And in the way, during that we will be visiting maybe a part of Perth. There is a botanic garden in the way, which we will plan to visit, and then we are going to the beach to actually look around. So hello everyone, we are at the Botanical Gardens, Kings Park and Botanical Garden. Yeah, it is really hot. Yeah, it is currently 35 degrees, but it will be actually get much hotter, like 40, and yeah, during the coming days. So yeah, so it is really hot compared to the Canberra's little, I would say, like 20 degrees, 22 degrees. Yeah, so, and in the background you can see the skyscrapers of Perth and several other much unknown plants. I mean, some of them known, like the eucalypt tree, like this one behind me. But yeah, but there are some unknown and only known to here to Western Australia. Yes, there are some plants which we haven't actually seen, like this really big tree. Like on the video it might look small, but in real life it is really big. Yeah, like in Canberra, or like that one. Canberra you can find, yeah, similar to this one, maximum height. And then the nearby Sydney region, stuff like that. But these big trees, yeah, I don't think that you can find in our region, Canberra's region, Sydney's region. Yeah, but really huge. Yeah, like look at that. Yeah, it can't even fit the whole screen of my camera. So yeah. But really cool place, this detail area, but yeah, but during the summer, like, it's really hot, especially for us from Canberra, whose like temperature was like 30s, but yesterday and before yesterday it was 22, 25, so it got a bit of cool down, and then now we are here with this heat again. Yeah, but really beautiful. Yeah, we actually have plants, that's why we are actually visiting the botanical gardens where we are going, because we like to look at the native plants. Yeah, palm trees. Yeah, and instead of Nugnaval it is Budja Gnarvning region in the Aboriginals' name. There are like already several Christmas decorations. It is already lit up, but because it is not too dark at the moment, you cannot really see the lights. This is the Esplanade in Scarborough, which is a bit north of Perth. And finally, like it is 6:30 p.m. soon sunset, as you can see by the sun. And yeah, so we are going to the beach to have a little look at the sunset, and also how calm the sea or the ocean has become, because when we were here today, not like several hours ago, it was really like waves came, so yeah, so but we'll be searching for calm beaches to actually have a look of the not the Western Australia's ocean weather. Yes, as you can see, humidity is also a thing here. So as you can see, it's a bit humid so it is not really clear. Not really clear. There are also like restaurants here, which you can actually like stay here and I know, like have a drink or eat something for dinner. Yeah, so and in that direction somewhere Rottnest Island should be there, but with naked eyes you cannot really see that actually, so it's a bit sad. Or maybe it's because of the humidity. Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, this was actually a bit died out during the day because it was really hot. But look at now. Yeah, it got pretty popular, which I could actually see why. Yeah, because who wants to actually stay here when it is 35 degrees? And as you can see, the steel waves. So yeah, but we were hoping to have a really good sunset over the ocean, over the Indian Ocean. Yeah, which is like, yeah, like there is almost nothing. Like you would sail 4 days and then you will be around somewhere South Africa. But yeah, but it will be really long journey. So closer look of the beach during like almost sunset. Yeah, like I can see the humidity, which is actually not really new for us, because even in New South Wales, like on any beach, you can actually find this humid look that you can't actually see through the other cities. In that direction, that would be Perth's main city, the city center in that direction, which is actually also in humid. Yeah, so it got a bit more popular during the this time of the day when it is a bit colder. Like it got like from 35 to 28 degrees. And the sun is not really shining, so. And also this wind was so making sure that you don't get actually too hot here. During the day it was really hot. Yeah, so you can see now better the waves here. Yeah, which is like, sadly, Australia's beaches are almost the same in everywhere. Lot of big waves, but there are also lagoons which can actually really calm. You'll be actually visiting one maybe tomorrow, lagoon, which is actually like the waves, and it is calm because the reef is actually blocking the waves, and no sharks can come in. So yeah. It's a really beautiful beach. Then we'll be also visiting Perth, the city center more, and also Fremantle, where we go to Grotness Island soon in the coming days. So sun is almost gone down, and these beautiful like bright orange, there's like a large tanker, and then the port of Perth over there with some lights, but yeah, it is a bit foggy and also in that direction as well. So still like it is a small park and it is still full of people. There is even a drone somewhere if I can find it. Yeah, it might be too small for my camera to actually see that. Yeah, but the sun is going down and we can see a beautiful bright orange colors of the sunset here in Western Australia. The sun is going down, it is almost like half of the sun can be seen only. A lot of people are actually come here, eat, drink, and watch the sunset, which is actually really cool to do, right? And just see how a day has left already, or day, almost night or evening. Yeah. It's 3 hour difference for us. I mean, 3 hours is not really big difference between, compared to 10 and 8 hour difference between Australia and Hungary. I mean, ACT, Canberra, Sydney region, East Coast region, and Hungary. Maybe here, like we are 3 hours behind now than East Coast time, and the sun is going down. And now, as you can see, the sun has set down. Only the bright yellow light can be only seen, but the whole sun, like the circle sun, cannot be seen anymore. Just this yellow and orange colors. It's getting dark and darker for today. I see a lot of people are actually still here. Some of them are actually going inside the ocean. But still, it is a really cool experience to see a beautiful sunset over the ocean. But there are more beautiful places here in Australia to actually see beautiful sunsets. For example, Broome, also in Western Australia, but the northern part of Western Australia. It has pink beaches and a lot of times it can have like a pinkish sunset, which can actually be seen in Canberra as well. If it is actually if it is going to rain next day. And also the seagulls are everywhere, which is actually like, yeah, like every part where there is water, seagulls are everywhere. And they are actually a really interesting birds because they are actually posing for you. So yeah, they actually stop and pose for you most of the times. And then they have really good, cute sound. I mean, they can be really loud. Yeah, but still they are actually really cute birds. And then, yeah, most of the times I can see that they are following ships, like ferries. They can actually fly with these ships speed, which is actually really interesting. The sun is getting down, it's getting a bit reddish, instead of the orange. Instead of the yellow-orange, it got a bit of the red now. And the humid, the fog is still can be still seen in both directions. And then we will see what next day tomorrow. Where we will be actually going, which place. Because we really want to actually experience a bit of the ocean temperature here. So we have actually found 2 places, and we maybe will be visiting one of them next day, and then other plans. Sunday will be really hot, at 38 degrees. And then Monday to 28, something like that, 28 degrees. So it will be cooling down. We're actually planning to visit Rottnest Island Monday. So yes, and see the world's most happiest animals in the Rottnest Island, which can actually be seen only there. So yeah, so I can see a little bit of pinkish night sky, which is actually really common here in Australia's night. It's like for this 3 years now you're here, and most of the time we can see this pink, but sometimes it can be really bright pink. And then there is like a main square, I would say, for Scarborough, with like a clock and an amphitheater or a theater, I would say, with all lights on. Yeah, the sun is nowhere to be seen again. Getting a bit warmer, so the wind is actually like starting to actually stop, and also it got a bit warmer wind instead of this cold wind that was just earlier. So for today, I'll be doing anything here but be tired. But still, like, I am really happy that I could see my first sunset here in Western Australia. And even though I'm a bit tired, I had my energy to actually come here. Like one night has been like missed out completely. Like we have we had our Flixbus, as I told you earlier, 1 a.m. from Canberra, and then and then our plane left at 6 a.m. is from Sydney. We were at Sydney airport by 4 a.m. so we had actually 1 hour to, I would say, relax a bit, but not to sleep. And on the plane, like, I tried to nap a bit. I would say I couldn't sleep, but I could actually nap a bit, like an hour. Yeah, according to my watch, it showed me that 1 hour 45 minutes, which I didn't really believe. So yeah. What is beautiful sunset, evening, sky. Yeah, this is one thing that I like to actually watch and see. To see the sunset and have beautiful pictures and videos. So one thing that I've also noticed in Queensland, that if you have the 10-cent containers, you can actually, like what I filmed earlier in Canberra, that you can actually bring it back to like a self-service machine, or a self-service machine, or drop-off points, or you can actually give them here, and then it's actually the money going to so it is for so save them from landfill and let someone else take them off your hands, meaning people who are in need of money, they can actually take it out from here and they can actually bring it back, which is actually a good point, because in Canberra or even in Sydney, like, they would actually put them in the normal bin or around the place everywhere. So this is actually really good idea, and and in Queensland I have seen them as well. I've seen this, and there is like a small sculpture with a hand. And during the morning it wasn't really that interesting, but with the lights on it got a bit interesting. And then on the inside of the palm area, like, I can see that the college changing. Yeah, and still the sunset is already, because still there is sunset, but the sun is already down, but it's yellow, like a slight yellow and slight orange we've seen, and in this direction a bit of the pink bluish color. So they have this Scarborough, they have a beach pool area, which is for $8 for adults, per adult. You can actually enter for a full day. Yeah, and then if you're unfamiliar with how Scarborough is written, or the YouTube's the CC is not correcting or misunderstood Scarborough and doesn't really write it correctly, then this is how it's written. So I have did a little bit of research moment. It is the ethereal welcome hand, which has the sand coming out of it, showing the connection between the land and the people by the local Aboriginal people, and acknowledging them as their as we are on their part of the country. So look at all of these Christmas lights. Yeah, it is currently December 12th, and here a lot of people are actually decorating their tree, putting up and decorating outside, really like almost at the beginning of December. Yeah, but really cool little Christmas lights. Christmas lights over here. And they have actually animation, which actually really cool. And then the sun's orange color above the ocean. Yes, there are some pines and palm trees at the same time. And square bushes, which actually really cool. And all of these like hotels or apartments. The parking lot, which is actually full. So yeah, so into a bit of the lights of Scarborough, and how the nightlife actually here in a smaller oceanside, smaller city than Perth have, like, there are a lot of restaurants, so yeah, so there are a lot of people here during night. That's why there are a lot of people. Of course, actually, there are a lot of really cool, like I can smell a pizzeria somewhere. So yeah, and they actually recommend, like, for accommodation, have recommended that all of the restaurants here on the Esplanade Street or the Esplanade Drive, that you can actually taste. They are all of them really good. And to actually show a little bit of the community, the communal area of of our accommodation. This is the pool, which is at the moment closed for renovation. And there are these people's accommodation places. You can actually sit here, frangipanis in front of us. Yes. And then the ocean view. There is even a party bus and a really big palm tree. With the beautiful sunset lights. And there is actually like a barbecue, which is actually here in Austria. It is very well known that you can actually use for free barbecues, or in the Australian English slang, they say Barbie instead of barbecue, and they are completely free. There are several which are not, but they are mostly parts of the accommodation